Pandemic, as we've been reporting on, has just been wreaking havoc on our economy. People are in need of relief. Lawmakers unveiling their plans for a CARES Act sequel. On that note, we want to bring in our investigative reporter, Brendan Kirby, to break down those details. And Brendan, there's a lot to go over here. So let's start with the big question, right? Is another stimulus check coming?
Well, it's certainly starting to look like that, Lenise. It was the provision from the CARES Act that impacted the most people, and it's one of the most common questions I get. The Senate Republican plan is called the HEALS Act. It calls for direct payments of $1,200 per adult, same as the CARES Act. It also would have the same income caps, starting to phase out at adjusted gross incomes of $75,000 for singles and $150,000 for married couples. Like the CARES Act, families would receive a $500 tax credit for children. It also would include older teenagers and adult dependents who are left out of the first round. The House-passed HEROES Act is even more generous because children and adult dependents would get the full $1,200 with a household maximum of $6,000. So that sets the low and high ends of the debate. Both sides now agree on another round of direct payments. Presumably that means Republicans and Democrats will negotiate some sort of compromise and then work out the details like when the checks would go out and whether the IRS would use the same process.
And then, Brendan, there's unemployment. That extra $600 a week in federal benefits, it expired Saturday. So that means a lot of people are recertifying this week. Will they get their last expanded benefit?
Yeah, they'll get their last benefit, and then after that, the parties are much further apart on this issue. The HEALS Act would continue the federal pandemic unemployment compensation benefit, but at a reduced $200 additional per week instead of $600. This would last through September, and then after that, someone who's unemployed because of the pandemic would get 70% of his wages replaced. The proposal also calls for $2 billion to states to upgrade their unemployment systems. The proposal is a lot more generous than regular unemployment, which in Alabama is capped at $285 per week. But Democrats want to go even further. The HEROES Act would extend the additional $600 all the way through January of next year.
All right, thanks, Brendan. A lot of useful information there. And